Okay, guys, I'm back here on Fishing Planet. I've signed up for the this one I was dreading doing as well. Again, these things may not be the most exciting. Basically, I'm putting a lot of this together, just kind of show you my personal experience in the game, just entering these comps. So take them for what they are. This is basically just a comp that you have to catch them all. Kind of the name says itself. This will be the first time I've played in this one. My buddy, General Maximus, on my friends list here on Fishing Planet, played in this, and I don't even, not to pick on him, he played in it. I don't even know if he caught a fish, so I am not expecting much out of this. I'm going to try to do a few things. Again, we know how the bite rates on here can be wacky, so I don't expect this to be exciting, but basically it's just catch any fish that you can. The rewards, X Series float, they're definitely not over the top rewards, but I wanted to put one of each of the comps up here. This will be catch 'em all. Again, it's just 1 point per fish. Don't know what to expect on the points wise. In other words, I could strike out and not catch one, or I could catch 10. I really have no idea. I am going to put a mix together for this and kind of see where we can go from there. But we're going to go ahead and enter and see how bad we can do. Oh, is it not going to let me? Did I not? Okay, it says I'm joined. Okay, it starts in 18 seconds. That would be the problem. The other day I went to enter a comp and the for whatever reason it switched it to amateurs right when I went to join it, and it didn't let me in. The breaking chat, I think it was. Even though I joined, I thought the same thing had happened here. Okay, this will be catch 'em all. I am going to go ahead and put in I'm going to try a mix. Considering there's bream and roach, I'm going to probably do. Let's put a mix together here and see what happens. I'm going to try this one. I actually use this on Rough Rider, or Roach Rider, excuse me. So I'm going to try to put that together and see if I can get any luck out of that. I'm probably going to adjust this a little bit. I'll make a little heavier of a mix than I did for that. Just because I don't care if I catch a bream or not. I was just going to target roach. I did just a touch bit of a practice with my friend John, and so I'm going to try. In other words, if we pick up a crucian carp or a bream, that's just point per, so it won't matter. I think I'm actually going to take this out as well. In the event that we can get a bream or a tench, I'm going to go ahead and throw 1 ounce of that. Okay, cool, bud. Thanks for stopping in, D. I'm going to try to put a mix together here and see what happens. This could be one of the most boring things ever, but I'm going to put it up if it helps out somebody later on, whether it's a day from now or 3 months from now. Again, one of my buddies had played in this, and he was just trying to enter comps himself and came in and had a heck of a time, so maybe if anything I do helps him out, just him and somebody else, that'd be just fine. And I'll share marks real quick, but this is not, I think that was the perch ball. I don't have very many marks on here. I think that was just a decorated. And then down here's, I think what I did the recatch on that just to get my checklist done, so we're going to go down there. I'm going to try to target roach with the mix that I put together, and then if we have any collateral as far as picking up bream or tench, I'm going to probably try to start out with pinkies. If it gets slow, try red worms. Maybe I think I brought red worms, maybe even leeches, so we'll see. Now again, you guys kind of come to your own conclusion on how you want to do this. This is not going to be one of the most exciting ones, but I will put this up again in the event that anybody kind of wants a base idea of what I would have done in this, and what you guys can alter and adjust as always to do your own little thing. And eventually, I'd like to think somebody that has this down a little better might be nice enough to go ahead and again, I just put some active feeder, universal, black roacher, spicy worms for the tench, and then if we pick up a carp off of this, that's fine, or a crucian or a Prussian, and then of course the spicy roach for the roach. So we'll mix that up, and I'm also going to attach some to the feeder rod as well. And let me double check on the rules. I'm pretty sure it was feeder rods only, but in the event I'm telling somebody wrong, I don't want to do that. Pretty sure. No rod stand. Yep, only feeder rods. Only feeder tackle counts, guys, so you have to use a feeder rod. Again, before I spot all that out, I'm actually gonna attach some as well. Just simply have your mix ready. Go down, just go ahead and attach it to your feeder rod, and then again, just to kind of balance both, my strategy is going to be to have X amount that I can refresh this water with and hopefully get something. But again, this thing could be absolutely dreadfully slow. So I don't even know what the score. I've never played in this one, so I don't know what a good score in this is. Is it 15? Is it 20? Is it lower? I think if I was able to get probably 8 or 9 fish, I'd be extremely excited. And for many of you that know that's probably played this lake, this lake really doesn't have much to offer. Definitely, out of the lower leveled lakes, this is probably my least favorite. So I'm probably just going to cast this out maybe 8, 9 times. Even if I fall behind, I'm hoping that with chum in the water, so to speak, I can get something to come up. And I'm also going to throw a little bit behind the marker and a little bit in front of the marker, just to give me a drag zone, so to speak, so I can pull the bait through. So again, you're not going for an oversized here. I'm just hoping to activate this entire area, and that's going to be my strategy. Again, you guys can adjust in this thing. Again, the rewards are definitely underwhelming on this for any of you higher level guys that are getting into it, but I want to just make sure I posted one of each on my channel. Any of you fellow streamers that pop in and might have a guide together or something like that. Again, this is my own personal experience on the game, so it's never a good thing to judge one another. I'm just simply coming in and giving you my view of things on all these comps, and I hope you can appreciate that. And I'm going to cast this one short. And this should be attached already, so you just have to wait for that, and we'll see. Oh, that is not a good thing. What is... Okay, never mind. That's my spot rail. My spot rail line's about to break, if I just noticed that correctly. That was a close one. Looks like we're going to be putting 53 pound on there. I wonder if it's possible to lose your spod, because I almost did. There we go. Again, also one keynote on all these things that I'm doing, you'll notice, and you guys that's followed along, like I said, I'm not wishing myself bad luck, but if you find yourself in these situations, looks like we might get a bite here on this one fairly quick. If you don't get a bite in these things, again, I'm on live stream, so I can't close my app if I get a horrible bite rate. After playing in 200 comps now, one keynote that I have found is you can go into one of these comps and for whatever reason your bite rate is broke. If that's the case, obviously close your app, maybe wait a few minutes, turn it back on, or try loading in and out a couple times of the game. But if everybody around you is catching fish and you are not, then my guess is you have the game bug where you're not catching anything. Good luck, John. Good luck, John. And I also noticed we just practiced this, I think, for like 12, 14 minutes a second ago, or 15 minutes. And just from the little practice that we did on this, it's not, I don't even think the peak's the same. Again, my main target was roach. If I pick up anything else, it'd be fine off. If your bite rate was to slow down, you might not. Yeah, the peak is different. I thought so too, John. I couldn't remember. I thought it was a completely cloudy peak a second ago, which is. I left myself room on the. And if I didn't explain that, guys, a lot of you guys that's never mixed or spotted before, just read your labels on on your description. In other words, I don't want to mix a bunch of sunny day mix stuff together since it's partly cloudy. So your go-to's good on that is no matter what you're going for, anything time you would spot, in all seasons, your X flavor, um, and or you can mix X flavor or your big octopus. But I just put just a different mixture together. Again, I don't expect this thing to be exciting. I put these things up just kind of give you my own personal experience and my views on how this comp could go. And again, from there, you guys draw your own conclusions, whether you want to play it or not. If it saves you the heartache of coming in and spending 30 minutes and catching 3 fish, that's entirely up to you on what you guys want to do. But and then hopefully by the time I get done with this series, I'll put a list together, the ones that I thought that I had the most fun in, and the ones that you might target yourself to come in and at least have some entertainment. This might be something that you actually enjoy playing, so entirely up to you guys. And again, this is only a 30 minute time, so I'm curious to see how some of these guys that's playing this a lot, how high their scores are actually going to go. And again, uh, if you want to just come in here, maybe not put any mix together, but to me, since it's a European lake and you can spot, they want you to use a feeder rod, so I'd assume they're going to want you to attach something or mix something up together to hopefully increase your bite rate. I'm sorry, John, I don't know what you're saying. 5 now? And again, in all these comps, if you guys are tuning in and out, the secondary number is just the biggest fish caught. So this one could actually be beneficial. In other words, if the two guys again at the top, and let's say they end up with 17 fish, one of them's got the other, and they both got 17, the tiebreaker is going to go to the guy that had the bigger fish. But other than that, the bigger fish won't matter. Again, play with your hook sizes. I'm going with an extremely small hook because these are extremely small fish. You're not going, coming in here to try to slay, 3-pound young mirror carp. I think the mirror carp is probably the biggest thing in this map, I would assume. Maybe a pike. And I don't even think the pike. Biggest fish in there is probably 3 or 4 pounds, something like that. And that's probably the mirror carp. But as you can see, we're getting a decent steady bite. You lose a little bit of time spotting, but at least we're getting a bite. Again, when I'm hoping with the double whammy, so to speak, of spotting the water a little bit with a spot reel, but not taking too much time and attaching a some mix to my pull as well. Should be hopefully give me somewhat of a a steady bite rate. And again, since the rewards aren't all too great in that, I've noticed on this I only seen one name up there I think I recognize so far on the leaderboard, so that would be a maybe a thing if you're looking to come in and try to get a certain thing, or maybe just try to get your first, second, or third. This might be a comp for you as well. So, unless again some of the guys that play in these constantly are just looking to farm bait coins, there might be a couple real heavy hitters. But I don't notice. I only notice the only name I see up there is the Hags Pex that I've seen. I don't think if I'm pronouncing that right. The guy in third position right now. I've seen him before in a couple tournaments, but the other guys I don't recognize. I don't want to speak too soon, but if you're noticing, we're getting decent fish. So, um, and you're just trying to catch as many as you can. Size really doesn't matter unless you're going for a tiebreaker. Yeah, he probably is trying to reset his bite rate. Can you blame him? More than likely, like I said, guys, you guys that tune into my channel, Beavers is a great player too. I've seen him playing in a lot of these comps. He does extremely well. As a guy trying to battle his way through the ranks, so to speak, on these comps. So I don't blame him for leaving. If in other words, don't leave the map. Just simply, if you're getting a horrible bite rate and you feel like you're doing everything right and everybody else is catching fish, but you are not, I would strongly encourage you to try to reset your game by simply just closing your application on Fishing Planet, reopening it, come back in and see if anything changes. Now, another keynote is doesn't mean that's 100% going to fix it, but it's worth trying because I think the game itself just gets bugged out and you just won't catch anything. So those things are hard to fix. And like now, I don't know if my see, I was at a fast pace. It might slow down. In that case, it's up to you. Do you remix? What do you do? We're 12 minutes in, so I'll give it a little bit of time. I'm getting a bite now, but I'm not 100% sure he's on there. If I set this hook, I might miss him, so we'll see. Yep. See, that there was an extremely small roach, more than likely, like a 0.3. In that situation, I should have waited a little longer. And I am experienced with these feeder rods. So that's a mistake I hope you don't make. Again, I knew from being a veteran messing with some feeder rods and other events that I should have went ahead and let that bite. The tricky part is sometimes, as you guys notice, I've turned my rod to the side to kind of see, but sometimes those little blue dots that you see are the little blue indications. You simply put, you could have just a little bit of a fish either playing with it or sometimes it gets stuck in the weeds, so it's kind of tough to tell. Generally speaking, you want to let your rod tip kind of thump to let you know that you had a fish on, so that was definitely an error on my part. And as you can see, like again, there could be other people entering this that's played this thing a ton of times, so I'm probably going to pull this through and then throw the rest of my spot mix out and then see what I should do here from there. See, case in point there, you can see there's blue on there, but it almost feels like that's just tension on the line. Now that might be a fish, we'll see. Yep, there we go. Maybe I should just let this play out. I think I'll just let this play out and see if my bite goes slow or not. Again, all these decisions you'll be making on your own. This is just my personal experience here on Catch 'em All playing it in the first time. Again, It may help you not go into this thing blind if you're considering ever participating. Again, any of you guys that's watched my past video on feeder rods and just a general strategy, sometimes you can pull, drag your bait along the bottom. Just kind of use that as a fish finder, so to speak. But sometimes I get, again, being a guy that enjoys the lure fishing more than using bait rods or feeder rods, I would assume I get a little over aggressive, in other words. But we are still getting bites, so. And again, there's nothing wrong if you guys want to try bloodworms, but I know the roach love the pinkies. The bream will bite them. I think I've even caught perch off of them. Obviously you can get I want to say that's Prussian or Crucian carp in here. I can't remember. I don't fish other than getting my challenges done. I didn't fish this lake all that much. Again, as I'm sitting there playing in this, I'm wondering, just to keep you guys notice, I've had a pretty good steady bite rate. Um, Trying to figure out exactly why that is. Is it because of the spod mix I put out? In other words, could a guy get away with just attaching something to his rod and not have to spod? But I'd like to think doing both should give you a little more fish quicker. Again, I don't know the exact number on how long that lasted. I wanted to say, I was gonna say I cast it out 8 to 10 times, or that's what I was trying to do. Now I did throw some in front of my marker and some behind, just hoping to, theoretically, again speaking, you'd like to think that if I covered a bigger circumference around my buoy, that maybe more fish would come to it. Heck, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm not going for oversized carp here where you have to be 100% accurate. I'm just trying to get a fish to bite. Just that simple. Again, this is another instance. I'm getting a bite right now, but he hasn't taken it. So if I jerk right now, I'm in trouble. He very well could just let go. See, there he jerked on it, so he wanted to pull. Now, when you first start using these things, and heck, we're even getting trophies. When you first start using these things, you may find that situation. Just try to be patient again, and in other words, don't set that hook until you know for sure that fish is tugged on on your rod. I made that a mistake a lot when I was first playing around with these feeder rods. This one kind of reminds me of this one here kind of reminds me of just a lot shorter of a cast. A lot of these, whether you're bream fishing and dream bream or you're going for the flounder and the scores from the bottom or the eyed using a feeder, it's kind of all that similar thing. Now again, some people might just cast out and just leave your rod straight out. I don't know that that would matter or not. I just prefer myself to have a little tension on it. Again, I can kind of see a strike meter, so to speak, as well, turning my rod to the side. And thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're getting a decent bite rate. Again, that's why I'm putting all these up. Sometimes I'll do horrible. Like I wanted to laugh at myself. I did the and that was the third or fourth time I did the size matter where I don't know. Sometimes it's just my bad luck. I played in the size matter and put that up. Now I played in that one 3 or 4 times. That one's actually pretty fun, but I was getting massive trophies. You know, the one where you got to get a big trout and a small trout at St. Croix, and I just all I could get was a trophy. So then I got stuck where I couldn't get the small. But those are one of those ones. Again, this is not me editing anything. I'm going into this thing raw, live. So whatever happens to me happens to me. But again, you guys can kind of learn from things I did wrong. On that one, I probably shouldn't have rotated since I had a couple trophies, but I just could not get that uni to bite for nothing. Right on, D. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm a trying. See, in this situation, it's tough. Big part of me wants to respod right now. I really do, but it seems like my spod mix is still working, so in other words, I don't want to waste the time. And this could be an extremely small, and this is confusing. My bell even went off right here, but I haven't seen a rod jerk. The odds are this is a tiny, tiny roach. Maybe even yeah, zero point 0.6. Oh, it wasn't a tiny roach. Trophy roach. Again, kind of looking back on this, maybe I should have put out just a tiny bore mix. I'm not trying. I always seem like I talk myself into bad luck. It's almost like I'm clairvoyant or something. Like I'm not saying I can see the future, but looking back, I could say I probably should have thrown just a little more mix out because I think what's going to happen is I'm going to go dead this last 5-6 minutes. And I'm not trying to jinx myself. Just looking back, I probably could have did that differently. Okay, now I was wrong. Here comes the heavy hitters. We got Cole Crowder coming in, great player. X Series Eric, I've seen him several times as well. So these guys that's been in this a long time, I would assume they're gonna probably run away with it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Any of you guys tuning in to any of my videos, I do put a lot of effort in. I am generally just trying to help a bunch of guys. You know, a lot of people on my friends list wanted me to start a channel because I do. Anybody that's on my friends list know that if I'm a lake with them or they're struggling with something, I always generally try to help them. And I noticed, you know, some of my friends that played in the comps were telling me, you know, I wouldn't play in a row. They're going to be horrible, this and that. So I just wanted to go through and kind of give you my personal experience. And then at the end of all my series of posting at least one of these, I'm going to kind of just put up a quick 5 to 7 minute video on, I think, adjustments fishing plant can make and kind of the overall quality of each comp that I like, maybe the top 5 and maybe even my least favorite 5, whether it's ones that I feel that are locked up where you have no chance of winning, and then take it from there. And maybe I would hope, and again, encourage you guys, if you don't enjoy the comps, you don't have to play in them. Again, but you're not going to, so you can see what's going to happen here. It feels like I'm just going to get, I almost anticipated this. Again, I was having a good run, so I think the biggest error I made, I probably should have threw out more mix. Now, given I don't have as much time to do so now, and this is maybe a decent one. Crushing carp. Yeah, not to sit and ramble, but I would think that, you know, if I should have threw out just a little more mix, what I'm hoping is that the amount I got left on my feeder rod will get me through. But I think if I was to throw out maybe 12 or 14 as opposed to 8 to 10 might have been the better idea. The mind cramp's going to be how much time do you spend spotting when you should have your line in the water. In other words, I think that's going to be one of the critical things on this one. Again, the rewards are not stellar on this, but if you're looking to just come in and check one of these off your list, kind of like I am, and also yeah, I don't see him as often as I do Toph or Seb. I think the other one's Seb, one of the top 3 that I see up there. I don't see this guy as much playing. You know, and some of these guys too, it's very well that, you know, they're just retired. Maybe they're retired, or maybe that's all they do is game. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying. So I think some of the guys on our leaderboards might get a bad rap, but maybe maybe they're retired guys, and that's what their hobby is playing video games. So nothing wrong with that. And again, kind of what I predicted here. The bite's going to slow down. Okay, guys, you can feel free to laugh at me. I'm going to try something. Again, you guys might find yourself in this situation. I got to try to make a move. I'm going to put a small mix together and just try to cast out a couple times. Again, this could be a grave error in regards to placing in this comp, but I'm going to go ahead and even if I don't use it all, I'm going to try to throw a couple casts out just to see if I can increase the bite rate again. Again, trying to think in the moment. I did this in a Jolly Carp and left that in first place once, but doesn't mean that's going to happen here. And I'm actually just going to, probably should have stayed with the active feeder, but I'm going to go ahead and try to, main component's going to be the roach. I'm not putting as much in again because I don't have enough time to spot it all out, so I'm going to again, because I put the, you guys can see the mix that I put together at the start if you want to go back, but I did get one bream out of that, so that's probably going to be too much, so I'm going to leave that out and probably put, hopefully I have some left. I thought I got some, yeah I did. Now since it's so light, it's probably not going to let me put in. Again, I'm trying to, if I can get a, Prussian carp out of it, that's why I kind of put that in. I was kind of looking at the fish species list to start on this thing and just try to put this together and see if... Again, following along with my train of thought, why I'm doing this is I got just enough left on my feeder rod to get me through, I think, a few more casts. If I can throw this out 3 or 4 times and try to pick up 4 or 5 more fish. Again, you guys tuning in, you don't have to... Your timer's not still running when I'm doing all this, so I'm not wasting time on that. What I was afraid of just happened. I was afraid that, oh no, I didn't think of that. Since I'm going over this might have been a bad move. We'll see. Actually, hold on. We're good. Even though I lost that, I can do the same thing. Just go back over my rod. Just put that back over your rod. Even though you lost the other one. And since I got 5 minutes left, I'm going to cast this out about 3 or 4 times and just hope that my bite rate continues. Again, biggest thing I just learned on this, I would cast this out, 12, 14 times instead of 8 to 10 like I did. I thought I was going to fall 5 minutes short, and sure enough I did. And I'm not saying some guy in this is just not slaying them, just using bloodworms and not putting anything on, but for me, I think you'd have to at least attach something to your feeder rod, because I don't know why they'd give you a feeder rod just to throw bloodworms on it and a hashtag 10 or whatever. I think think the game would reward you for your creativity, so, but doesn't mean that's always going to be the case. I'll try to cast this one more time. And if I messed up, I messed up. Again, taking the time there to try to do something different. And right then and there, I probably wasted 10 seconds. I probably should have just switched rods in the pause menu. I do that quite frequently. And again, I could have just did all this for nothing and they still won't bite, but again, I like to try to take a swing. Looks like we're getting a bite. There we go. Wow. Okay, guys, I stand corrected. Jack Sparrow, FWA, if you see right there in the chat, he just entered. Okay, so these guys even, I don't see what the reward would be for these guys The higher level guys coming in here and are, yes, well, Road, you're ranked 200 and whatever you're ranked. It doesn't mean I've played in this comp. I've never played in this comp. In other words, I don't know why these guys are. Okay, Josh, good seeing you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in the stream. Yeah, that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Our internet was messed up. But anyway, we're playing. Ooh, nice stream. Finished with 14. Good going, John. Not bad for your first go around. Yeah, but you guys see what I'm saying. Looking at those rewards, why are these, unless they're just farming, what are they farming though? I'm not picking on anybody that might watch this later. I'm just questioning. To me, I mean, once I won something in here, I mean, the rewards are, in other words, why would you come in here and pick on all the little guys? I kind of feel bad for the really low rank guys that want to enter this. They probably don't stand a chance. I honestly didn't see that many these guys wanting to come in here and do this, but I guess they do. Or maybe it's something that they enjoy. I guess I shouldn't knock that, but I generally didn't expect to see some of the names in here that I'm seeing right now. Now, if I see Deli, if Deli or Bam pops in here, then I'm definitely I'm gonna have to pick on my boy Bam. Bam, what are you doing in here? Maybe there's something that said. I'll look at the rewards when this is done, guys. But if you guys are thinking the same thing I am, not to overly pick on them, but you're thinking, why? What is there here in the reward package for some of these guys that want all this stuff? I want his title. No, like I told you guys before, I don't really care about my personal rating. The only reason I would care about my personal rating is if the game is basing your bite rate or something off of your personal rating. Now, if that's the case, give me a good personal rating because I would enjoy to have a nice bite rate or an equal bite rate to everybody else. That would be fabulous. All right, John, thanks for stopping in, man. I had fun. We'll have some. I got a busy day tomorrow at work, so I don't know what time I'll be on. I'll be on at some point this weekend, but I got stuff going at work all weekend. I work 7 days a week, so um, I'll have to see. But just shoot me a message on Facebook, John. Oh yeah, you're fine. I'd like to get one more. Oh no, it won't matter. I'm screwed unless I can get two more. Again, guys, you could play with your hook size and stuff on this, I think, and do a little better. But I think the biggest error I made is, I don't know, bro. I need to put that one up there, that red and shiny. Oof, that's looking pretty brutal, bud. Again, guys, I wasted some time here. I'm just gonna let the time. I can't do anything anyway. Okay, but that's not a bad run for a guy that just practices for 12 minutes. Again, I hope some of this helped you guys. I didn't even remember the mix I put together. I just kind of adjusted on my feet. But you guys can kind of just use your own creativity on that. No. Should I watch it? I'm going to probably put my own twist on it anyway, Josh, and I'll probably suck in the red and shiny. You guys know how I am. I'm hit and miss, but the one thing I can tell you is this red and shiny one, ooh, I played in that once, I want to say in March. It is brutal. It's brutal. Those guys, Bam, and all those guys got that figured out, but I might post that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to say maybe I might put that one up. But again, I wanted to kind of look over something here. Like I said, I know Cole Crotter maybe he's just passing time, but I'm just trying to think of on a guy that, if they're in the top 100 or whatever their ranking is. Next tournament is not Char. Okay, hold on. Let me finish this up, Josh, and we'll. Oh shoot, you can't even get online. But let me look at this for just a second, guys. Follow along with me. Okay, here's your rewards. And now everybody other than the X Series grub here, I don't see what some of those bigger guys are going for other than the entertainment value. 10 bait coins maybe. Maybe they're so good at it, they just want to come in and pick up 10 bait coins. Maybe they're low on X Series 4.0 hooks. I don't see what they'd be low on other than the All right, man. We'll see you later, John. Thank you for stopping in. Anyways, I don't see what some of these other guys are going for. I mean, is their X Series float broke or something? And that's just one small, very small dig. I'm just saying, I don't know what these top guys are coming in here to go for. I just came in here to put up a kind of a personal experience playing this for the first time. But there you go. There's the rewards. We do see some big hitters in here. I did not expect to see Crotterdam. This guy I don't even know. I definitely don't know. We'll see if Jack Sparrow comes up there. Maybe he just likes playing in it. So who knows? Maybe they need a win. Again, I'm not over knocking them. To me, that's just shocking that they're coming to play Leslie Villa's things. But to each their own. But anyway, this concludes the catch 'em all here on my comp series. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, leave a like if you did like this, if this helps you guys out in any way. So, and this one is going for my friend Jen. Hold on, what's his name? I hate to put him on here, but I wanted to say also special thanks to my buddy General Maximus, who helped out with some marks on one of my bass tournaments as well. But this one I kind of put up for him in particular. I know he tried playing this once before, so I hope this kind of helps him out. But kudos to you, Max, and I hope this one helped you out. We did end up doing fairly well. We left in, I want to say, fourth for the first time ever doing it. The odds are, like a lot of these things, you're going to get passed on, but 23 points on catch 'em all for my first try. Not bad. I hope that this helps out some guy down the road that wanted to play in this. So good luck to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next one.